And this is Todd Bowles firing Byron Leftwich. If Todd Bowles believed Byron Leftwich did a good job, he'd stand on the table and demand that Byron Leftwich keep his job. Byron Leftwich, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are moving on from him. Shannon Sharpe over at Fox Sports had some interesting thoughts about who's to blame for Byron Leftwich getting fired. I want your thoughts after we watch Shannon's thoughts. So Sharpe is blaming Tom Brady for Byron Leftwich getting fired. I don't think it's fair because it's crystal clear Tom Brady's leaving Tampa, and so they're not making decisions with Tom Brady in mind. He's leaving, in my view. And this is Todd Bowles firing Byron Leftwich. If Todd Bowles believed Byron Leftwich did a good job, he'd stand on the table and demand that Byron Leftwich keep his job. Or, you know, that's my guy. I believe in him. Tom put him in a bad situation. I get what it's about. And because Shannon has every right to think that Byron Leftwich is getting a raw deal. Tom Brady didn't go all in and whatever. But to not blame Todd Bowles for Leftwich getting fired, to put that on Tom Brady, the black head coach, he's not responsible for the black offensive coordinator losing his job. This is a joke to be blaming Tom Brady for this.
Well, first of all, I'm stunned that Skip didn't interrupt him. But it's good to see those two guys getting along, playing nice with each other. Good to see, they're kind of put that back. But you're right. Generally, bad quarterback play or a quarterback that does not play to a certain standard that we expect, those offensive coordinators get in trouble. When your quarterback plays great or you have a great quarterback, you get head coaching jobs. You get elevated, right? Like the guy that fleeced Denver, Hackett's son. But if a quarterback fails in his own way, they generally get demoted. But when it's all said and done, Shannon Sharpe has to be honest about this. Tom Brady, who looks like will not be a part of this organization, had nothing to do with that decision with Byron Leftwich. I would think that the organization, and part of that certainly has to be Todd Bowles, who I don't know, last time I checked, he was still the head coach, made that decision. So this is on Bowles, but I'm going to be honest about this. I do feel bad for Leftwich in one sense. Their offensive line got banged up. They had no running game. And then it's still tough, no matter how great Brady is, at that age, to think you're going to put all of that on his shoulders and say, hey, Tom, here's a game plan. You're going to throw 66 times, and we're going to fall behind, but we're going to be okay. That's a recipe for disaster, even with a much younger Tom Brady. But again, Shannon, I have one question to ask you, respectfully. Who actually made that decision? Is it Tom Brady, who may or may not be retired, or the actual head coach, whose name is Todd Bowles?
Well, I think it's look who's in that decision-making room, because Bruce Arians is still a major part of the organization, kicked upstairs. He's been Byron Leftwich's rabbi. Todd Bowles been Byron Leftwich's rabbi. But somehow it's Tom Brady who's responsible for this. The people that supported Byron Leftwich for a year, and they have far more information than any of us speculating on the outside, reached the conclusion Byron Leftwich didn't do a good enough job to keep his job. And to somehow say, nah, I'm not going to blame Bruce Arians, who made him offensive coordinator. I'm not going to blame the head coach who he's worked with and is part of the decision. I'm going to blame Tom Brady for Leftwich getting fired because it has to be someone else's fault. It's just a joke to me. I don't know if Byron Leftwich is any good. I do know that Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles, and the Buccaneers ownership just gathered up, consulted with each other, and decided Byron Leftwich had to be fired. This isn't some racial deal. This isn't some Tom Brady deal. This is an organization saying Leftwich didn't do a good job. We're moving on from him. We can do better. And we'll never know what the relationship was like between Brady and Leftwich in reality. On TV, it looked good all together.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, if anything, Tom Brady probably helped Byron Leftwich convince himself that they didn't need Bruce Arians, because, Shannon's contention that Byron Leftwich called every play year, that's a joke. Bruce Arians was a head coach. You can't convince me that half the plays or 75% or 20% of the play had to be called by Bruce Arians. It's his offense. It's his.
Yeah.
So it's Leftwich gets all the credit when it's going good, and Brady gets all the blame when it's going bad. It's a joke.